What is up, obscure mic people? It's Bark coming at you yet again with another microphone review video. This time of the INDONESIA condenser variety. Currently, I'm on the Audio-Technica U873R, which I reviewed a while back ago. It's a very tiny INDONESIA condenser microphone that everyone seemed to mostly love because it's warm and it's nice and it's got a really good unprocessed sound in my opinion. But Seruni Audio, first time on the channel, sent over their MKS-14 special edition condenser microphone. Let's take a look at it. It runs about 260. It's interesting. It's very interesting. All right, so when you take off that black outer sleeve, you're going to see the Seruni Audio box. Now, I'm going to give some props here. I really like their packaging scheme here. We got aesthetics meet technology. So a little bit of word play there. And then we dig in a little bit and we've got some documentation here, which is well done. Kudos, serial number, register, all that stuff. It's definitely taking things seriously. We got a sticker. Bandrew loves these things. Bandrew Podcastage, you already watch them, but if you don't, that's who inspired most of the channels like mine. So MKS-14, look, you stick the thing in the hole and then you squeeze. That's my favorite thing to request is, Hawk Tua, squeeze on that thing. And then we've got some internals and stuff that, well thought out here. I like this. I always enjoy the playfulness of when a company, has a good time with presenting their microphone. MKS-14 packaging so far, absolutely cool and fantastic. This is neat too. This is like kind of a rawhide cover thing here. And then we've got like reveal tabs, which is fun. We've got a pretty standard run-of-the-mill Amazon $8 squeezy shock mount and a windscreen as well. This is fine, but it is just kind of fine. It's fine. At least you get one, but we're talking $250 here. $250, $8 shock mount. Then you've got the reveal tab here. I like this. I do. And then you've got this, the microphone, the MKS-14 from Seruni Audio. This is an interesting thing. I have played around with this, that's what she said, quite a bit. And I've got to point out some things. So it's $250. Highly appreciative that they sent it over. But the truth of the matter is, this is a BM800 body. It does not weigh a whole lot. BM800 body, for sure. I've taken it apart. You can take the wooden cap off here. And I'm not saying that it's a terrible thing that it's a BM800 body, but it is. It's not a terrible thing, but it's a BM800 body. 100%, not your best body here. And it does have just basically a wooden shell around it. Now, I like the wooden shell. See how it just slides over top there? I like the wooden shell. Don't get me wrong. I like that they, branded it and all that good stuff. Got some carvings in there. I like the idea. I like the whole, I'm guessing the special edition is the wooden shell part. And again, the board there, I'll show a picture real quick. It's a pretty decent looking board, but this is just all very strange to me. $250 is a bit much so far. Now, something else interesting about this mic, you can't really see. I can't get the camera angle, but there's a little shimmer there. This is a electret condenser microphone, and that electret capsule is at the very end, and it's right here in the middle. Oh, there we go. We got the bezel. You got the fake bezel on the outside. And there is a tiny little, probably 16 millimeter electric capsule in the end there. So INDONESIA condenser, yeah. But BM800 body, tiny little capsule in the end, doesn't mean anything bad yet. It's just questionable. Let's hook it up. And actually, before I do hook it up, just take note. This is the Audio-Technica U873R. It's got a nice warm tone. This is a small diaphragm electric condenser. Let's switch over Okay, this is the Seruni Audio MKS-14. First thing you notice, whoa, it is dark, very dark. Now, I gotta add, I don't like using this shock mount with this wooden body, because these shock mounts are not the greatest. It will eventually scratch the crap out of this. So I advise, like, INDONESIA made these plastic squeeze mount shocks. You can still find them. They're just not under INDONESIA. I'll try to find it, put the link in the description. But I advise a different shock mount. Sure, if you're going to mic it and leave it and never touch it again, then you'll be fine. And it does work well. But if you're going to take it in and out, that's what she said. Be careful. Also, what she said. Now, the good thing is, I kind of dig the sound. It's dark. It's rich for a small electric condenser capsule. It's pretty cool. Like, I legitimately dig the sound, and I dig it more with a little compression and EQ, which I'll get to shortly. The part I don't dig is how cheaply made it is, and by all means, the board is solid looking compared to a BM800. But $250, I don't know. But again, it's all about the sound. It does sound really good. It is really different. It's obscure for sure. Tom Buck would be proud. And I do like it overall. I really do. Do I like it overall at $250? The market is just so competitive right now. There's so many mics, but if you want a wooden mic, there's not many options out there, and this is one of them. I digress. Let's take the windscreen off, do some tests, get on with it. I think it even looks good on camera. It's got a really nice, shiny black to it on the head basket. Again, I'm not trying to justify the $250. I just don't know. It's going to have to be, how much do you like the sound of this mic? And can you get it for less than $250? Will it go on sale? So on and so forth. Seruni Audio, I don't know. I don't think this is something you can get on Amazon. The price is on their website. I think it's cool that we got another player in the game and that they have made a mic that I do like the sound of. So bottom line, I do like the sound of this microphone quite a bit. I just kind of hate the components a little bit. Let's go. Peter Piper picked it. We're not going to do that. That's the problem with that capsule being right in the end. You and here at Appalachia coming out. Tell you what now, go dang. Peter Piper picked back pickled pineapple pizza. Still not great, but off axis, all that good stuff. Plosives are never really a deal breaker for me. When you get right on top of the microphone, you're going to get a little deeper, even warmer, and this is what it sounds like using proximity effect, getting right on top of it. Now I'm going to take the microphone, probably going to unmount it. Gotta love the Triton Orbit, or whatever the heck this thing is called, my quick release system. Just so good. We're going to take the microphone, we're going to talk directly into it. Now we're going to turn it 90 degrees off axis. Pretty good for a condenser microphone. I do have an air conditioner on. 180 degrees off axis. 90 degrees yet again. And then slowly back around to the front of the microphone. Definitely one you want to have the windscreen on for sure. Now, the reason I compared it to the Audio-Technica is that model specifically runs about $200 if you can find it. Sometimes you can find it less. I pointed one out to Pags over here that he could get for $55, and he jumped on it, I believe. But typically $150 to $200, not for this, for the Audio-Technica I was using. So $250 here. I'll do a few more things. One of the best small electric condenser mics in the game, the Lewitt LCT240. Yes, it is a small diaphragm electric condenser that you can get for $129. So we're talking half the price of the Seruni Audio for the Lewitt LCT240 Pro. And then we're back on the Seruni Audio MKS-14. Now, honestly, I can't lie. I like the sound of this better than the LCT240 Pro. It's got that little bottom end that I desire, that I hate to add in. I'd rather have it and subtract a little with a high pass than add it in post. And the reason I like the darker tone is because with some compression, which I just enabled, the compression lifts it up just a little bit, but it's still kind of broadcasty. So I dig that broadcast sound. And a little bit of compression on this gives it a pretty solid broadcasty sound. I digress. I just turned the compression back off. This is an interesting one. 250 Seruni audio. Thanks for sending it over. Highly appreciated. It definitely belongs on this channel 100% because it is obscure as shit. On the BB-SAR, I'm going to give the Seruni Audio MKS-14 a score of a 5. That may seem a little harsh, but let's explain. I want to say that it would have been a 6, slightly above average and worth the cost, but that worth the cost part is the hang-up for me. On a 5, it's average, not a great deal, not a bad deal. I honestly think the sound and what they've done here aesthetically is pretty cool. I just think 250 is missing the mark. I don't think there's $250 worth of components or R&D in this microphone. I'm not saying that's fact. I'm saying that's opinion. I think at 125, this becomes a different story because it does sound good. It does not sound like a BM800. There is obviously, the board itself had Seruni Audio MKS-14 on it, and it looked unlike any board I've seen before. And I've seen a lot of boards, so I do think the design was there for the board. Maybe that's part of the 250, I'm not sure. But it just doesn't seem like there is that much into this mic to justify the price. Again, the sound is pretty good. So it gets the 5. It's very mid for me because I can't hate on it and I can't love it either. I like it. And a 5 fits I like it to me at the price. I don't know. What's your thoughts? I would love to know because this is a very difficult one to grade and to recommend or not recommend. Not easy. Just simply not easy. It is cool. It is obscure. Loved having it on the channel. Seruni Audio, thanks for sending it over. Just think it's overpriced. That doesn't mean there aren't people out there chomping at the bit to own this thing. One of my favorite things about using a mic on camera on a podcast, somebody being like, what mic are you using? Never seen that before. I love the never seen that before line. But don't think I'd pay $250 just to hear never seen that before. Again, the sound is good. I do like it. I like the mic overall. I just think it needs a nice hefty price cut. And then we'd be in business. Obscure mics, the Seruni Audio MKS-14's out of here. So am I. Peace out.